Welcome to SDH's World Soccer Review, and we're going to go over day 2 of the quarterfinals and get you set up for the semifinals as best as we can with some early juice box numbers and the dates and times and all that kind of stuff as we are trimming the numbers down to 4 and figuring out who the best team in the world is here in 2022. Let's go back and figure out how we got from 6 down to 4 on your Saturday. And we'll start off with the juice box numbers and the rundown of the 2 matches. First off with Morocco and Portugal. It was 10 o'clock Eastern time. Your numbers going in. Morocco at a plus 533. Your draw at a plus 283. And Portugal, a heavy favorite at a minus 164. Here's your highlights of the match, courtesy of our friends at Telemundo Sports.
Viene la subida, atención con el centro de Amalal, arquero. Del Nesiri, le ganó en el salto al arquero Diogo Costa que parecía la iba a alcanzar. Señoras y señores, se cae al Tumama, está ganando Marruecos por 1-0, el gol lo hizo el Nesiri.
Sí, buenísima jugada de Marruecos que conecta con el medio, vemos ahí cómo cambia, abre a la banda y busca ese centro. Y la acción del portero, como dices, que parece que llega bien, pero llega tarde. Se anticipa totalmente. Muy bien ahí en el salto, fantástico. Le gana la posición al portero y al defensa, ¿no? Es un poco inexplicable porque ese balón parecía totalmente claro para el guardameta.
So Morocco gets the win, shocking 1-0 win over Portugal, and a tremendous victory for the Atlas Lions as they make it into the Final Four. Great work by Morocco. They win 1-0, and so that set your plate. That gave you all you needed to do to get yourself ready for 2 o'clock. England and France, back and forth. No real surprise in this one that it was as intense as it was, and it had moments. Once again, here's your highlights, courtesy of our friends at Telemundo Sports.
Se mete Mbappé, Griezmann con perfil para pegarle. Llegará el remate de Tchouaméni. ¡Gol! Francia, qué golazo, pero qué golazo, qué buen remate de Tchouaméni para abrir el marcador.
Pero cómo la fueron llevando por este costado izquierdo. Primero juntó Mbappé a 3 jugadores, no le pudieron quitar la pelota, se abre por el otro lado el espacio, la agarra Griezmann y después el riflazo de Tchouaméni. No lo pensó 2 veces, tuvo el espacio, mete el derechazo ahí al arco abajo donde duele. Un golazo para Francia que dominaba el partido.
Se sigue demorando la ejecución. ¡Qué gol! Inglaterra, qué bien pateado. Harry Kane empató el partido, igualó la marca de Rooney. Hay partido en el Albae. Llega la orden del árbitro. Kane con la carrera corta. Aquí viene el remate. Harry, arriba y afuera. Arriba y afuera. Se salva Francia.
Donde le pegó con mucha potencia, pero muy arriba. Increíble esto de Harry Kane. Nunca me había tocado verlo fallar de esta manera.
Ahora es hermoso ver el palco de periodistas acá.
Todo es increíble lo que genera el fútbol.
Va a entrar Rashford al mismo palo con la misma ubicación que hizo.
France comes in at a plus 173. Those numbers had been elevated on both sides after the initial juice box numbers had come out. Your 90-minute draw was a plus 210. England was a plus 190. France advances to the Final Four to take on Morocco. Here's your post-match with Gabriel Clark of ITV Sports. He caught up with Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, and Olivier Giroud. Once again, courtesy of our friends at ITV Football.
Harry, commiserations. Did you deserve better as a team tonight?
Yeah, I think on the night we was probably the team that created the better chances and had good spells in the game. But as we know, big games come down to fine details, fine margins, and they got theirs right, and we didn't.
Did the first penalty affect the second penalty, if you see what I mean, and the way you took it?
No, I'm always someone who prepares for if I get one penalty in a game, two penalties. So I always have an idea of what I want to do, and I can't fault my preparation or anything like that. The details, it was just the execution on the night. The first one was great, and the second one just didn't quite hit it how I wanted to. So that's something I'm going to have to take on the chin, and it will hurt for sure. And the whole game will hurt because we had full belief in what we were trying to achieve. But as the captain, I'll take that. And I couldn't be prouder of the boys.
Of all the disappointments and all the highs and lows, is this one of the toughest, if not the toughest, because this group had performed so well? Yeah,
I think whenever a World Cup is every 4 years, it's not like we have another opportunity next year. It's a long time to wait, but. Like I said, I'm proud of the boys. We had a great camp, a great World Cup, and like I said, it comes down to a small detail that I'll take responsibility for. So I'm not worried about the team and how it's going to affect them. I know we've got some great talent and Euros in a year and a half. So. For sure it'll hurt, not just for me but for everyone involved, but that's football, that's sport. You have to take that on the chin sometimes and move forward.
And what about Gareth now? He's going to review his future. Do you think he'll stay?
That's down to him. We love having him as a manager. I think he's been incredible. When you see where he's taken us from to where we are now, it's an amazing leap, and I think we all hope he stays, but that's his decision. He'll obviously go away and review that. But as we know, before we know it, we'll be getting ready for Euros.
Thank you, Harry, and well done. Well, how do you sum it up, Jude? Because talking to Harry Maguire and Kyle Walker and the manager, I think the overall feeling is you deserve better.
Yeah, I think we were, in my opinion, the better team on the day. I think we deserved definitely extra time. Obviously, H was really unlucky with the penalties, scored tons for us in the past. But yeah, I think sometimes that's how it goes in football, and you kind of got to look ahead, but take the lessons that we've learned from today and take it moving forward.
Considering you got two penalties, I'm still wondering what you thought of the referee's overall performance.
Not great, if I'm being honest, not great. I think anyone can have a bad game, players and referees, and I think he wasn't where he should have been today in terms of the level for a game like this. But there's more factors as to why we lost. This is definitely not me, putting it all on him. We were the ones who played the game, but I don't think he was at the level today.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking in the first half, what looked like a foul on Bukayo Saka.
I think there was a few around the box in the first half. You know how deadly we are from set pieces, so I think any one of those can make the difference. Those ones around the box, and I think there was maybe the little one on Upamecano for the penalty in the first half. But we got two. We converted one, didn't convert the other, and that's how it happens sometimes. You still have to play the game, which we did. We created chances, but couldn't quite do it tonight.
Is there a feeling overall this is a missed chance? Look at this, Morocco await France in the semi-final. You guys have obviously underlined to yourself that there was real belief that you could win this. So what in that sense is the verdict?
Yeah, I think every time that an England team's gone out, they'll feel like it's a missed chance, especially with the kind of form that we had coming into this game, the quality in which we put aside the first four teams. So yeah, I do feel like it's a bit of a missed chance, but there's, as everyone keeps reminding me while I was on the pitch, there's more to come. But it's hard to see that at the minute, if I'm being honest. You know, you never know when I'm going to get the chance to play with such a good group of lads again in an England shirt. So, yeah, I just hope that we can use this experience going forward.
And a final one on the manager, because he's going to consider his future. What's the feeling in the group about the manager?
I can't thank him enough really for what he's done for me. I've got nothing but kind of good words and respect for the manager.
And do you think he'll stay?
I think it's something that it's not really any of my business. You know, with no disrespect to the question, I feel like whatever decision he makes, as a nation, we've got to respect for the things that he's done for this nation, for the team, the way he's progressed us from what was a little bit hopeless at times to a team that kind of shines hope on the whole nation and makes people believe. And although we haven't done as well as we would have liked in this tournament, I think again we've showed why we can make steps going forward to being one of the best teams in the world.
Jude, fantastic, well played, very well played. Well, the defending champions roll on. That was a narrow win, a tough win. How do you sum it up, Olivier?
Yeah, a narrow win, definitely. We knew it's going to be a tough game, and this kind of game you have to be efficient in the boxes, you know, in your own box and in their box. We've been a bit lucky, obviously. Kane missed the penalty, but we kept believe till the end. You know, we've been very strong all together defensively, and we play with the heart. I used to say, you know, I always believe. I had a good chance on Usman head back, but Pickford made a good save, and I really believe that I will have another one.
And seconds later?
And Antoine crossed very well the ball, and I was there, and I just tried to hit the target, and yeah, what a feeling.
We saw you there with Harry Kane just before he took his second penalty. What was going on there? Were you saying anything?
No. I was telling the ref it was a tough decision, you know, to whistle a penalty, and this kind of foul, you know, you see it every single game. The striker didn't expect the defender behind him, but I got it every single game, and I felt it was a bit harsh, you know. I didn't say anything to Harry. I was just talking to the ref, but you cannot do anything. He took the decision, and then we were lucky that he didn't put it back of the net.
It's a tough one for England to take. What have you made of their performance at this World Cup? Because I think that they feel in their camp they deserve more tonight.
Yeah, maybe they deserve more, but at the end of the day, you know, it's small details who make the difference at this level, and it reminds me a bit the game against Belgium, you know, when we were 1-0 up and we had to defend to be to show a lot of solidarity, generosity. You know, we've shown it again today. And at the end, you know, we've been very efficient in their box. So it's football, you know, small margins.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
And a bit of a special treat, and I'm glad that Nico decided to do this. Nico Cantor has been broadcasting and running play-by-play for FDP Radio during the tournament. And what he did to his Twitter account is post his call to the end of Morocco and Portugal. So this is courtesy of Nico on his Twitter feed and FDP Radio. Here's how he called the end of Morocco and Portugal in the round of 8.
Los marroquíes en la tribuna de prensa rezan, levantan las manos como el equipo marroquí. Le quedan 30 segundos. Marruecos se quiere meter en la semifinal de la Copa del Mundo. Es la última para Portugal. Se viene Rafa Leao ante la marca de Yabdane. Rafa Leao engancha, va a querer tirar el centro. Es malo, saca la pelota. Tea Talí. Marruecos se va a meter en la semifinal de la Copa del Mundo. Marruecos se va a meter en la semifinal de la Copa del Mundo. Ya casi tiempo cumplido. Quedan 10 segundos nada más. Mete la pelota largo, traza Portugal al borde del área, se va a ir. Marruecos se va a meter en la semifinal de la Copa del Mundo. Marruecos se va a meter en la semifinal de la Copa del Mundo. ¡Marruecos! 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 Y rezarán. Alá, 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 Alá. Gracias a Alá dirán lo que se arrodillan. Marruecos. El primer africano. El primero del mundo árabe. Marruecos. El mata gigantes. Sacó a Bélgica. Sacó a España. Y ahora sacó a Portugal. Espera Inglaterra o Francia. Marruecos en la semifinal de la Copa del Mundo. No se puede creer. Por el amor al fútbol, por esto vivimos. Marruecos. El Golden City se mete a la siguiente fase a 90 minutos de una final. Marruecos a la semifinal de la Copa del Mundo. La pausa, volvemos.
And so, of course, the questions and all of the fan questions and you name it, any concerns and everything, it's just being thrown up in the air for the two losing countries there when we had 6 teams remaining, specifically in England. And it's addressed, the future of Gareth Southgate. Kaveh Salkahal and our friends at Sky Sports addressed that very issue and put it all out there as England did not make the Final Four.
Look, the facts are that Gareth Southgate still has another 2 years left on his England contract. There is also a sense among the reporters who follow England that maybe Gareth Southgate feels that after this World Cup would be a good time for him to leave. As you said, he's been the England manager for 6 years. He's got England to the semi-finals of the World Cup, the final of the Euros at Wembley, where if it hadn't been for a penalty shootout defeat, they would have been champions of Europe. And this time round to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. But look, he hasn't just been at the FA for 6 years, because he was working at the FA, I think, for 5 years before that as well. So he's put in an 11-year stint at the FA. And if he was to come out tonight or tomorrow or in the next few days and say, you know what, I think I've had a pretty good innings as the England manager. I've had a lot to deal with. When you're the England manager, it's almost like you're a politician as well, because he's not just dealing with football questions and football problems the whole time. He's having to deal with a whole range of other issues. I think if he came out and said, you know what, I've done my time, I did my best, I think I've left England, not just a senior team, but all the underage teams as well, and the sort of level of coaching that we've got, everything is in a better shape than when Gareth Southgate arrived at the Football Association. I think if he was to say, I want to leave, I want to go back to club management, I think he would go with a lot of good wishes.
So that's your rundown of how we got to the Final Four in determining who is the world's best in 2022. Early juice boxes, once again, and it's going to be 2 matches in the midweek on your Tuesday. It is Argentina and Croatia, 2 o'clock Eastern time. Argentina is your favorite at a -122. Your draw, 90 minutes, is a +238. Croatia is a +425. The next day, on Wednesday, 2 o'clock, France and Morocco. France, prohibitive favorite, not necessarily a surprise, at a -185. Your 90-minute draw is a +293. And Morocco, can they make the World Cup final out of the right-hand side? They'd have to get by France to do it, and they would do it at a +655. That is your rundown of everything that happened as we got from 6 down to 4 as we're trying to figure out the world's best in 2022. We'll keep an eye on it every single day that we are live in the morning on Soccer Down Here Radio, starting at 9:05 Eastern Time, and working its way through your week. We'll cover all of the topics that are going on in the world of soccer, whether it's related to the World Championships, domestic leagues, anything going on. But obviously the focus in the midweek will be trimming our 4 teams down to 2. For everybody here at SDH, I'm just John. For Jason, for Jarrett, and for Nick, mucha plata, y'all. Play it safe. Enjoy the matches in determining the world's best in 2022.